It's the Sal and Rich Show, PVI edition. Today, the Sal and Rich Show kick off the campaign to place the 1970 track team into the PVI Hall of Fame. Our guest today is Joe Ezzy, a graduate of the class of 1971 and member of the 1970 track team, and Larry Rocco, a graduate of the class of 1972 and coordinator of the Paul VI High School, New Jersey Alumni Athletes Facebook page. Sal and Rich, start the show.
We are back after a long break. It's hard to believe. It was the last one we did was October. Crazy. With Deirdre King.
Say that correctly.
Better say it correctly.
Yeah.
Deirdre's the greatest.
She's
That was a good show.
It was fun having a conversation
Great
with her.
show.
Welcome, Joe. Welcome, Larry.
Gentlemen. Thank
And
you.
Larry, this is your second time on. So
I'd say I'm getting popular with you guys.
yeah, although you're tied with Tom Fargnoli right now, but Tom is our next guest, so he'll be one ahead of you. If we get you on by five times, you get a special Sal and Rich T-shirt. We'll send it to you in the mail.
Oh my gosh.
So-
Autograph?
Autographed, yes.
Yeah, it'll be autographed, yeah. Of
Anyway,
course.
guys, thanks for doing this. We're on a mission to get this track team into the Hall of Fame. And Rich and I were talking about this beforehand, and I said, when is this thing? It's like 2027, so I think we may rerun this in the summer of 2027, just to remind people again, because I didn't realize it was that far out.
And we should place bets. Who's alive in 2027 out of the four of us?
Really? I don't know.
Hopefully all of us.
I got an extra lease on life 5 months ago, so I'm good.
You did.
There you go.
Did.
I only have 2 lives left out of my 9.
Be careful. So we'll start this off by giving us a little bit of background on Joe on the class of 1970 and what actually happened, so people memories get refreshed. But it was a big year for the track team.
Yes, one of the best track teams probably ever to be assembled, that I believe, not even knowing it at the time, being young and dumb. I was a junior at that time. But just lately, when our sports teams and track team in particular started getting together on a quarterly basis, John Buttle, who's on that team, sent me a picture of the results of one of our track championships. And I kidded him. I said, wow, that was the sectionals at Rutgers, right? He said, yeah. I said, I remember that day. The track was full of mud. Larry, remember? It was like, it was pouring rain. And I said, yeah,
Wow.
we were pretty good. He said, no, that was the state championship. I said, no, it wasn't state championship. If we won the state championship, I think we'd be immortalized and I'd still be talking about it. And we won almost every event there was. Every member of our team won one of the races, or the throws, or the jumps, everything, at the hurdles, and the score was unbelievable. It was parochial B. So when we had our first get-together, I gave it to Coach Siderio, and I said, was this sectionals or was this state championship? And he said, no, that was the state championship. That was the last race. He said, but at the time, they didn't call it the state championship. So I said, okay. So that's what got me thinking maybe we should say this team was pretty special, because I think we didn't start track till 68. So that was the 3rd year of track season for a new school. That's
Wow.
pretty impressive.
Yeah, that is impressive.
Some of the times that people like Mike Bush ran, or the people who threw like the Chapmans and O'Briens, DeLapes, those records are unbelievable in the 1970s.
Yeah.
And the times in some of the running events. So I thought that was some special stuff. And then we started meeting quarterly, having fun, sharing pictures, sharing things, and it just got rolling that Rich and I talked about it, and he's thinking about doing that. And I talked, Coach Siderio's been to many of our functions. Coach Duffy was until he just passed away. I'm trying to get to Coach Ware, because Coach Siderio just reminded me that he left after the winter season, and that spring he was the coach at Drexel, so that wasn't his team. It was Coach Dub Ware's team.
Oh,
I'm trying to
okay.
get
All right.
Coach Dub Ware that had that team, and he's the reason why I went to Westchester University, because that's where he went, him and his wife, and at the time. And you grow up being idolize your coach, right, Larry?
Oh my gosh.
Great guy. And
Story, I'll tell you. To this day, I still tell the story about when I finally made it up from the South and I walk in and Coach Duffy's there, and Fran Mashuli had told me he was going to have him there. I walked up to the guy. I said, "You literally made me what I am today."
Yeah.
Because Joe, do you remember the day he ran me into the ground? Everybody else left.
Yeah.
I think I was like a sophomore, and he ran me on that track till I literally collapsed. And when he walked over to me, he says, "The reason I did this is to show you that everybody's human. You had to be humbled. You're walking around here like a rooster, and you know you had to know that you can be beat."
Yeah.
And man, I just from that day on, I let nothing beat me.
He had his ways, and between,
Yeah.
I mean, how lucky were we? We had Coach
Yeah.
Siderio, Coach
Oh, Coach
Duffy,
Zaria was amazing.
and then Coach Ware. So
Yeah, yeah.
they were
And
way
Doug,
ahead of their
yeah.
time in the coaching realm. And believe it or not, Coach Tanner from Haddon Township even helped us out at times.
Yeah.
We used
Oh,
to
really?
practice with them. We
Yeah.
practiced with them, cross country and track, used the same cross country, cross track. So he'd help us and we'd help them, and we'd have some great stories. Even when we meet, we include the Haddon Township people, some of our other rivals. They'd come and we have some great conversations.
That's
Coach
great.
Duffy, I'll tell you a quick Coach Duffy story, and this is from Mark Finelli, because we work together now a little bit. And at Camden Convention Hall, where we used to have the Friday night meets that Larry alluded to earlier, our junior year, Coach Duffy was coaching another team. And we were sitting up above watching, and he was yelling and screaming at his guy, beat Buttle, and he was going crazy. And Mark Finelli turned to me and said, "My gosh, I could never, ever run for that coach. He's crazy." The first day of practice next year, who comes walking in the door?
Yeah.
Mark. Oh my God, look who it is.
Yeah, yeah. So if you think about it, that guy was. I mean, he led us to a 10-0 in '72,
Yeah.
and you can't leave out the Bronsworth with the weight guys.
Weight coach. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
DeJamber, I think, was the other weight
Yeah,
coach.
yep. Those guys were incredible.
Yeah.
We had some incredible coaches. I mean, I was in awe of the coaches. Joe, I was also in awe of everybody that was the classes above me, because I was just a wide-eyed guy that could run a little bit. And I'm like, whoa, look at this. You know?
And we actually had Jim Shepard, who was our
Yeah.
first ever cross country runner, probably, and track, and one
Yeah.
of the best there was around.
Yeah,
I remember,
yeah, I remember
our
him.
first the first year of cross country, and to go how we got started in this. Ed Myers was a science teacher our freshman year, and Joe Millay.
Rich
and I
Myers
were-
or Ed
Yeah.
Myers?
I'm
Rich
sorry,
Myers.
Rich Myers.
Rich
yes,
Myers, yeah, I
Rich
remember
Myers.
him. Yeah.
Yep. His brother was Ed. Rich Myers, he was our teacher, and he had on the board first day of school, cross country practice day. So I turned to Joe Millay, my best friend, right, and said we were playing weight midget football for Westmont, and we had to lose weight. Believe it or not, we were pretty small anyway. But I said, "Hey Joe, what a better way to lose weight? We'll run cross country," and that's what we did. And the first three freshmen on that team were Greg Evans, Joe Millay, and I, along with Mark Evans, Jim Shepard, and a few others. And that's how we got started. But we would get crushed our first year in cross country races. And the coach would always come talk to us and say, "Oh, you guys are going to be great." And we said, "Yeah, he's just saying that." You know, coach made him say that. Our first race we ever ran was against Overbrook High School, the defending, and then that year, state champions.
Wow.
That was our first race. They crushed us.
Wow.
And one of their athletes actually was at our last function together, and he was a great runner. But I guess they did see something in us, because 2 years later we were undefeated and won every race in South Jersey, right? So, but Ed Myers was the one that got us started in cross country and track too, and then Corsidario. So it was from there we built the team of many people.
So if I remember correctly, you guys practiced at Haddon Township, right? Because we didn't have a track.
We didn't
had
have
a
a
football field. But I don't even
Right.
think we played football there, right? We played football at Haddon Township, or did I have
Yes,
that wrong?
correct.
Okay, all right, that's
Yeah.
what I thought. Yeah, and I remember. And what did Bush run? Did he run the 100?
100, 220,
Yep.
100 and 220 primarily.
And a long jump too sometimes, I think, Larry.
Oh, he was definitely a long jumper.
Yeah,
Yes.
he was good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was one of our best athletes all around. Every
Yeah,
sport,
I know.
Mike Bush story, I think I told it before. When I was a freshman, we ran against Camden High, and somehow I came in like third. And Mike Bush, who didn't know my name, knew me from nowhere. I was a freshman, nobody. Turned around and looked at me and says, "Good job, kid." And I was like, my idol here is like saying, "Good job, kid."
Yeah.
Man, that was
I remember that race because they had some great runners too.
Yeah.
Mike
Yeah.
had, it was a great race that day.
Oh, after he said that, I couldn't get on the bus. I had to turn my head sideways to get on the bus. He had me so like, wow, Mike Bush acknowledged me. And that's why to this day, he was one of my idols.
Yeah.
Speaking of buses that Larry just brought up, I don't know if you guys know this, in a lot of our cross country and track meets, Duffy and them used to make us run home to get an extra workout.
Yeah.
So if we were in Camden there behind Our Lady of Lourdes, or actually they made us run home from Pennsauken one time.
Oh my
After
God.
we ran a race to get
Yeah.
us ready. Some of our cross country meets on our own home course, we would bring the younger guys up and have like a 7-way tie so their names would get in the paper and teach them how to be up front. And then we'd have to hand in our sticks that they gave us and run the course again because they didn't want us to waste a 2.5-mile race. They want us to get a workout in. So
Wow.
Jeez.
they
It's
should make-
a shame they
And-
didn't have Uber back then.
and
Jeez.
probably against child labor laws, but back then Duffy used to make us come in and have the ladies make us breakfast because we had to run in the morning. Then we'd eat breakfast before school and then have school. So we did double workouts before people even knew there were double workouts.
Wow.
Got to know the Cooper River
Wow.
real well.
I'm exhausted just listening to this. Jeez. It's crazy.
Joe, did you grow up in Haddon Township or Westmont or what?
Yes, I grew up actually, if I walked out my front door and looked down the street, I could see Haddon Township's track. I was on Mansion Avenue, right behind Lakeshore Drive by the cross-country course that we had on Newton Lake
Okay.
there. So,
So you could walk to school.
yeah,
Pretty
I
much.
did.
Yeah.
As they say, up the hill in snow, it was. Remember
Yes.
where the Target is now, I believe? And
Yeah.
Literally up that hill.
It's
that
literally
shopping
uphill.
center, we go up that hill and cut through the old, I guess it was Van Sciver track with that
Yeah.
old house that used to be there.
Yeah, the
Van
Van
Sciver,
Sciver
yeah.
Mansion. I remember that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where there was rumors there was a witch there. We found out there was one time, but anyway.
Oh, really? I heard the rumor. I didn't know if it was for real or not. That's funny.
Where
So
we used to hide out before the Paula Six dances. No.
The legendary dances.
yeah, high skier Rooney.
Legendary.
High lit.
McMatty Ozu.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
Don Rose,
So who? Don Rose. Yeah.
Don
You're
Rose,
right.
yeah.
Famous 56.
Dr. Don Rose, yeah.
So guys, what inspired you guys to do track? I mean, were you athletic before you got to high school, or was it just at a whim you decided to do this?
Go ahead, Larry. You go first.
Well, running from the cops as a kid in Summerdale, that strengthened my legs. Pedaling a bicycle with a little extra weight on it all over Summerdale.
Deirdre Kane?
You promised.
I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I guess my thing was after that successful. Look at that. After
Oh my
that,
gosh.
That successful track cross country year, they convinced me to run track, and I did. My main sport, believe it or not, people don't even know sometimes, was baseball.
Oh, okay.
I love to play baseball, but we didn't have a team yet. So I stayed with track, but then when baseball came, I told Coach Siderio, and I just laughed with him the last time we met. I said, it's all your fault I'm not rich and not playing baseball, because he talked me out of it. And he had some good points. He said, the weather is so bad around here in the spring, baseball season's not really good till summer. So play baseball summer, which I did, and just run track with us. So that's what I did.
Cool. What
I
position did you
remember
play?
when,
Usually shortstop, third base.
Okay.
There's some good pictures.
yeah, really.
There's John Buttle. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Look how young they are.
Yep.
Wow.
There's the one championship we won, yeah.
Well, when I went out for the wrestling team freshman year, and Fran Rogamenic came down the steps to the basement, looked at me and says, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I joined the wrestling team." He says, "Come on, the track team. We're outside all the time." I never looked back. I went up those steps and never looked back. It was so hot down there.
And Larry, what did
There's
you run?
Duff.
Oh,
There's
there's
Duffy
Duffy.
right there.
Yep. Duffy.
Yeah, yeah. There. Hey, coach. God bless you.
Yeah.
Ran all the sprints, 50, 100, 220. I ran. Do you remember when we ran in the Penn relays, Joe?
Yep.
I ran in a new event. What was it, the 330 or something like that, on a banked wooden track that they built on the inside of the track?
Oh, yeah,
jeez.
yeah.
And that was interesting because the coach was screaming at me afterwards, "You passed that guy on the curve." Well, the curve was a higher bank. I said, "Well, yeah, I wanted to get ahead of him." And he says, "How did you do that?" I don't know. I ran.
Yeah,
But
we used to
yeah,
run in Philadelphia Convention Center, which is
yep,
where like the Penn Medicine Children's Hospital is now, and that had a bank curve. Remember that?
yep, that
Was
was
a tough place
awesome.
to
I
run.
love the
And
bank curves.
that's
Yeah, the
when
440.
Villanova and all the college teams would be there.
Uh,
Yeah.
and sometimes they'd clap for you, so that was really exciting. Yeah, the 440 was my forte, though. That was the one race that worked for me. Uh, Especially my photo finishes where they coach would hand me a bag afterwards because I was hyperventilating all the time. Yeah.
How about when we used to have to go in the indoor season up to the Armory?
Oh gosh, you hit that wall. The sprinters would hit that wall running. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, they had it all padded,
The
and you'd run into the
Philadelphia
wall.
Armory.
No,
Yeah,
no. What was that? Trenton? No.
Jersey City,
Jersey City. That's it.
Oh,
Jersey
wow.
City Armory. Yep,
Oh,
We used to have to leave like 5, 6 in the morning.
yep.
oh God.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez. So, success comes from talent and coaching. Why don't you guys talk about? Obviously, you had talent. Why don't you talk about the coaches?
Oh gosh.
let's-
Your turn, Joe. The coaches were my idols, even though sometimes I hated them.
Yeah, from you said Rich Myers when he started us, he was a great runner in his own right, and then he taught us how to be. He taught us the psychology of it and everything, and then all of a sudden Coach Siderio came, who had a whole different demeanor. Coach Siderio
Totally.
didn't never changed his. If you did bad or good, he was always with you. He didn't yell and scream, but he tactically knew what for us to do and how to train us. And then of course came Coach Ware and Coach Duffy, who were very good at their what they did for us. Coach Ware actually I think had the sprinters more, right, Larry?
Yes, yeah, the
Because
sprinters.
he did that at Westchester. And then Coach Duffy was unbelievable how he trained us psychologically and things.
Yeah.
And Coach Duffy brought us up a whole nother level, even not after the 70 year or 71 year for my class. He brought us to cross country meets in New York City and New York at Van Cortlandt Park, which was a mecca for running. He had to stay with people, families from another team. He brought us to meets that you never saw. I think our senior year, Larry, your junior year, he brought us to a track meet that was called the best on the East relays. And to this day, I
Yes.
think the one team still has the national record for the distance medley, which we were in the race. And this, the stuff he did, we'd be looking up the track at these guys thinking we did bad, and here they were breaking national records.
Wow.
Yeah. So he just brought us up a whole class because he made us say, if you got to run against the best to be the best. So,
Be the
Yeah.
best. Yep.
yeah.
It's a great experience.
Yeah.
We just-
Psychologically
the
and
coach-
physically, they knew what they were doing to us.
Right, exactly. Psychologically with Duffy, especially, because look what he humbled me and taught me. I don't think in my career I lost many foot pursuits after that.
Yeah.
The guy had me always never lose sight and pass him and win.
Yeah.
But he was great.
Yeah,
And
when,
like I
to
said,
make your move, when to make your moves on the track or in cross
Yep.
country. He had a saying that I go by today when I've coached a few people in my life with it. Like in cross country, when you're going up a big hill, everybody's struggling. When you get to the top, they kind of relax because they beat the hill. But he said, no, you go 10 yards
Push
farther.
through it.
Because that'll
Yeah.
break them down. Because they see, oh, he's still going strong. Like
Yeah.
like stuff he taught us was amazing.
So, do you guys
distance
know?
runners
Joe-
are amazing.
Go ahead, Sal.
Go ahead, Rich. Go, Rich. Go ahead.
So Joe, you stayed in the athletic business your entire career, right?
Yes, yeah, that sports has been everything. Yeah, I'm in sports medicine. Yeah, as an athlete, I went for health and phys ed. Dub Ware took me for my Westchester interview, which was hard to get in out of state, but I think he helped me a little bit with that. And then I did health phys ed, but then they started an athletic training program, one of the first in Pennsylvania, one of the first in the country. And I did that, had some great mentors, and went into the field of athletic training. And really lucked out. My first job was with John Chaney and Vivian Stringer at Chaney University for 10 years.
Wow.
And Billy Joe, who was a famous football coach. And
Legendary.
yeah, and that was unbelievable. But when they left, then I got a call from Dick Delaney, who was the coach of Philadelphia Textile with Herb McGee. I used to be rivals with them. So I went there with them for 3 years because Dick Delaney was a Westchester grad. And then he left and took the job at Westchester, and him and Deidre coached together. He had the men's, she had the women's team for 20 years. So they're both my dear friends. And then when he left, I said, wow. And I accidentally fell into a job here. I was missing my kids grow up because at college level, you're on the road. And I took the Downingtown High School job for 25 years as their athletic trainer and health teacher.
Oh, that's cool.
So I've had the honor of doing a lot in my profession, so it's been nice. So
That's
thanks
great.
to,
And,
thanks to our
Larry,
coaches, I think.
Yeah, it all boils down to the coaches. They were
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
life changers.
They were my idols.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Larry,
And Larry, you were a police officer, right?
Yeah.
right?
You just used to
Yeah,
arrest the
yeah,
coaches that
yeah.
never put you in meets. So if they were speeding
I
down
thought
Whitehurst
about it.
Pike.
I kept looking for Duffy rolling out of an Irish pub somewhere.
Never spotted him.
Where
Yeah.
were you, Larry? Where were you, the officer?
I started out as a summer cop, 2 summers in North Wildwood. Went to my hometown of Summerdale for 3 years after that, and then finished up in Waterford Township for the rest of my career. And
I'm sure you've got some
worked out
stories.
good. It kept me in shape, enough where I got through it really well. It did really well for me getting into the academy because I went to the Jersey State Police Academy, and they were not easy. I was blessed being able to do what I had to do to get through that physically.
That's great. I got a question about back to the coaches. So we talked about Siderio, Duffy. Were they also in track as in high school and college? I mean, how do you become a coach if you don't run? That's my question.
I don't know about Coach Sid too much. I know Duffy was a runner
Okay.
at one time, but I know Doug Ware definitely was because of Westchester. He was a sprinter and I think a football player. So, yeah.
Was Bob Brunsworth in the weights at all in college? Do you know? I don't remember any of that.
I know he was an athlete. I don't know exactly what.
Yeah, because he was built, man.
Yeah. Coach DeJamber, they were good weight coaches. You might have to
Yeah.
talk to the Chapmans about that. They might know their background better because they worked with them specifically. That's the amazing part about our teams. It wasn't just good runners or good weight men or good jumpers and good hurdlers. It was they all were good.
Everybody,
It was a balanced team. That if you look at that result from that thing I gave you, Rich, it's every event. I mean, Mike won the 100, or I guess, well, back then it was the 100 yards, 220. Buttle and Devaney and I got 135. McHugh won the mile. Mackin won the 2 mile. McGrath won the hurdles. McCann and then won some of the jumping events. The Chapmans, O'Briens, the Lapes, I think they swept all the weight events. So I'm probably missing people, but it was unbelievable. I think we
there
scored
were so
90.
many, and everybody had a part of it. And the coaches, they cheered for their counterparts, runners and weight guys. I mean, it's like it was truly a team throughout all those years.
Yeah.
The coaches loved us. We loved the coaches.
It's a
Yeah, I
special
never
thing.
saw any arguments with anybody, right? Never discipline problems, nothing. Great bunch of people. Like I said, even in cross country, we used to help each other, the younger guys. That was our goal. We'd have to go back and get them and bring them up to the front. And when we had a meet in the hand pretty well. And then next year you get out and you see that those guys were the best in South Jersey. So it made you feel good when you were in college looking back at some of the results of those teams. I think Mike Glavin was a freshman my senior year who became a great runner and a great coach.
Mike,
at Paul Six, and then he went to St. Joe's. I think he won some state championships or like 100 in a row undefeated cross country meets at Paul Six. So, the continuation of the history just kept going. Even now, look what they're doing now with the women's soccer, basketball, and all their teams are doing very well, right?
They're making the news almost daily right now.
Yeah,
Well,
It's amazing. Amazing.
I remember I never met her or talked. We didn't get a chance to interview her, but Hannah Hidalgo,
Right.
Donna Camardo was talking about us.
Yeah.
Now she's at Notre Dame and she's ripping it up
amazing.
there. She's amazing.
One of the best
She may
players
wind
the
up in
country.
the WNBA. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
you
something
know
we
what?
can say, Larry. How about our track that we had for indoor season?
Yeah, that was
Remember
fun.
that?
Yeah.
It was out in the parking lot. Coach
Yeah.
Scenario made us put tires around the 220
Yeah.
track in the parking lot.
Yeah. Yeah. And remember running through the hallways if
Yeah.
the weather was too bad?
Yeah.
And
Oh,
you're looking
wow.
at the wall ahead of you, and everybody behind you is going to push you into that wall. But
It's crazy. Yeah.
what would be cool if there was some way you could you could come to one of the meetings when we all meet up at the bar and interview some of those guys and put them on a podcast because the stories. I mean, Joe and I are just two guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't anybody. I mean, spectacular. But you look at some of these other guys that were unbelievable, and if you could hear it in their words when they tell their stories, right, Joe? You
Yep.
sit at the bar and start reminiscing these stories, and you're like, "Oh my gosh, I was there. I saw him do that," or "Oh my gosh, this guy did that." So if there was a way you could do like a
that-
roving pod.
That's a great idea. I have my roving reporter, Rich Soper. He'll show up at the bar.
The funny part with that, Larry, was the first one we had. Some of our rivals from Canton Township were there, Wayne Merck and them, and they were great people too. We're all friends, and I think some of them ran in college with them at Camden County or Rowan after
Right.
some of our guys, so that's why we include them. And after about an hour or two, I said, I don't know. If we stay here any longer, we'll all be breaking the 4-minute mile. The stories are getting better and better. But
Stories are getting better and better.
The more beer you drank, the better the stories.
Yeah.
But it's funny. I'm bad on names sometimes. But the last meeting we just had, I walked in and said, "You're Larry Kling, right?" He said, "Yeah." He was the one from Overbrook. I was like, I can't remember anybody, but I remembered him from 1967 running
Yeah.
against him in cross country.
Wow.
Yeah. Overbrook broke our hearts a couple times. I couldn't figure that out either because it wasn't a big high school.
Yeah, they had some good runners.
Yeah.
So where do you guys meet? Is it once a quarter? At what bar is it?
It's Eddie
The
Donahue's
Irish
place.
Eddie
pub.
Donahue's bar.
The Irish pub in
Irish pub in Runnymede.
Runnymede, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Eddie
Runnymede,
gives us
okay.
a section, gives us food. And I don't know if you know Sal and Rich, he has a lot of Paul Six sports memorabilia on the walls.
Ah,
Yeah, I
Like
saw
just
that.
gave him I just gave him an old jersey, and he has pictures of people up there from. That's pretty neat. So
Just like in
That's
his previous
great.
bar, he has my stuff right near the bathroom.
yeah,
I swear he does.
no, he renovated. I think it's not by the bathroom anymore.
Oh gosh,
he also has toilet paper with your picture on it. So I mean,
probably.
oh God.
We're lucky to
love
have
it.
our version of Marty Short right here. So the goal
Eddie was part
is to
of-
get
Eddie was
the
part of some of
70s
those
track
groups.
team on the Hall of Fame, right?
Yes.
So we have
Yes.
the
That's what you
paperwork
guys
to
are
do
telling
it.
us.
And Larry can distribute it. Joe, you can. We'll do it through the Facebook page. We'll get you in there.
Yeah. Great
Yeah.
idea.
Hopefully.
Yeah, Larry, when you just sent that last thing out, I wanted to put it on there, but I couldn't find it. But I found it now. I gave to Rich, so I'll try to get it on there. But I'm not real good at putting stuff on Facebook.
Yeah.
So maybe
I'll put it on our
send
class page, and I'm going to get hopefully
let Larry
George
put it on
Kloss to
that,
put it on
and-
Saturday.
That's on the
Yeah,
athletic.
put it on the
Larry.
alumni athlete page. And
Yeah,
I really
great.
want to thank you guys for this. This is really cool because, like I said, I was an underclassman in '70, and honored. I mean, really. Thank
We
you.
love you, Larry. We wouldn't leave you out.
The amazing
We
thing
actually,
is now that we have the,
Sal and I spent probably a good hour trying to figure out when did Larry graduate, because we weren't sure.
I'm the school anomaly. Yes, I graduated in
Okay.
'73 because I failed my sophomore year of high school.
the good thing about us getting together now is we actually started the 70-71 team. Now we, I think, have 69 to like the 74 team, right, Larry? That's
Yeah.
a bigger
Oh, nice.
group every time.
Yep.
And just
It's
amazing
growing.
that the coaches can come and be
Yeah.
there. And we're including every sport, men and well, I say men and women colleges, boys and girls in high school, but including the male teams and the female teams all come out because our female track team was pretty darn good then
Let
too.
me tell you something.
Yeah.
And they just started. That was like their first second year.
Yeah.
And they were beating
Yeah.
everybody.
Wow.
Yep. Colleen Lafferty, Kathy. What's her married name? It keeps popping in my head.
Yeah, and Carol McGrory and
Carol McGrory. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rannenbergers. Yeah, I
Yep,
gave
the
them pictures. I
Rannenbergers.
gave them pictures from indoors too. Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
Louise and Donna ran track? I didn't remember that.
Louise definitely. I don't know about
Oh,
Donna,
okay.
but Louise definitely.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
they
the,
were at the
uh,
last. Louise was at the last get together, I believe, and Frank Boyle's wife, Patty, she comes.
Patty.
Oh, yeah.
Patty
ran
Boyle.
it, I
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I went to
yeah.
grade school with Patty and Donna and
In our group, Chuck Blumenstein and Franny Mashuli, and Denny Matush. We all
Yep.
get together. Of course, we're missing Frank and Greg Evans. Sorry, I'd love to see them again, but they're
Yeah.
not with us. But we're trying to get. I finally got in touch with Joe Devaney, so he's going to try to make the next one too. And then Buttle shows up. Mackin, when he's up in the area, comes.
Great.
Denny McHugh, he's in Kansas, but I'm trying to get him back, so we keep in touch too. So it's
Nice.
a good group of people.
Well,
Yep.
guys, we're running up against the half-hour mark, and we try to keep these to about 30
Okay.
minutes. And we want to thank you both for doing this. I think we're on our way to getting you the recognition that this team deserves, and hopefully we can be successful. And if there's, Rich goes. I think Rich has gone to several of these get-togethers, and if there's other people there that we can, bring on, we're happy to do it. So.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you
And
for your
I'm
time.
trying, for Rich, I'm trying to get the names of everybody, not just the people who were on that list from that meet, because the team was a team, all of us. So we
Right.
gotta try to include everybody if that should happen, right?
Okay.
That's great.
Well, we'll
right,
start
guys.
we'll start the work today.
That's
Okay.
it.
Thanks,
right.
Sal, thanks,
Okay.
Rich.
Thank you again,
Take care,
guys.
Larry.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all.
Take
All
care.
right,
Take
Bye-bye.
care.
Take it easy.